Hey guys, Moldran here, and today I'm gonna talk about companies and games because often, people are saying things like game A is gonna kill game B, or this is the next WoW killer. No, this game is gonna kill it now. This is gonna be the most successful MMO. And I wanna explain today like what mechanics are behind games and companies and how like you can see which games succeed and what are the reasons for games to be more popular than other games. Now the first example I want to show is not directly related to games, but definitely to gaming. It's called streaming. And in streaming you have we actually had two big platforms, which I'm going to show here. On top we have owned TV and on the bottom we have Twitch TV. And now what's special about this, owned TV is actually closing now. They are shutting down. It hasn't been officially announced yet, but there's been pretty strong evidence that the company is shutting down. And I want to explain now what the reasons for this were. Now, owned TV used to exist long before Twitch TV. And the first, like if you're a really old school gamer, you probably remember the first really popular streaming platform, which was Xfire. But Xfire was then beaten by owned, and yeah, there we are. So here, starting from early 2009, owned started, and then it became really popular. Like here you can see the surge until June 2011. Like from there on, owned didn't rise anymore. It kind of like stagnated. What happened on June 2011? Twitch TV started. Twitch TV started, and in the next months or next year, you can see Twitch TV was constantly improving, constantly getting more and more popular, whereas owned on the other hand was going down and down until it currently is so low that they don't have the money anymore to pay their streamers and have to shut down. It's inevitable now. And this means that many streamers of own TV, like Affine or some big League of Legends players, Ocelot, they don't have a place to go now. So they're probably gonna look for a new stream for them. Either it's Twitch or maybe this Asubu thing. But yeah, one of the reasons why it happened like this, because I don't think this is good. Affine already said it's better to have competition and not monopoly. But one reason is certain companies stop improving. For example, own TV, they still don't have like a customizable page. Like it's still the standard page layout for everyone. You can't do advertisement there. You can't put a donate button or other stuff, links to your social media websites. The chat is still IRC, which also many people don't like. And often those companies are like, we've always had it like this, we have been successful in the past, we're gonna keep it now, we're not gonna change it. But other companies are maybe providing more features, more services, better communication, and will eventually beat the company that used to be big in the start. And yeah, there are similar things. For example, if you compare social platforms, Facebook, you can see it's constantly going up. And then there was this Google Plus thing, which was supposed to like be a similar big network as Facebook. Google invested a lot of money in that, and what happened with it? It didn't even last 1 month. Like 2 months it was here, and then it completely died out. Only 10%. Now about this Google Trend thing here, this shows like the amount or number of search requests relatively in terms to the top month. Like top month is 100 and the rest is relative to that. So those aren't absolute numbers, but relative numbers often mean more than absolute ones, and they're much easier to get. And for example, let's transfer this knowledge now to the gaming world. Which so-called WoW killers did we have? I probably should expand the horizon here a bit. Let's start with, I don't know which year. Let's say 2007. Alright. So for example, you can look for Warhammer Online. Oh, 2 months. And now it's like 1%. Not even, actually probably less. Less than 1% than what it used to be when it came out. Now one thing, alright, let's get to the other game first. Ion, similar story. Star Wars, The Old Republic. Yeah, similar story. Also goes down, even though it was free to play. Rift. That's a typo. Rift actually had a decent player base for a few months, but it also like in the end went down. Now what's important, like obviously most games when they release, they are like really popular. But it should be something like this. It should go to like a successful game should go down to 60% maybe and then keep at this level. But yeah, games that were supposed to kill Diablo 3 or are supposed to be big competitors, Torchlight 2, which I played and I really liked, but is it really being played now? Not really. It's probably better to show the last 12 months here. Torchlight 2 is also went down, but it's still at 25%, so that's actually a pretty decent number. And yeah, the question now what many people probably have is Diablo versus Path of Exile. Diablo 3, obviously big expectations, and obviously now we are at 5%. We're at 5% compared to the release, which is pretty bad for a Blizzard game. Like if Diablo 3 would have been a success, it would be here, as I said, with 60% or at least 50%, but not here at 5 or even 4 now. And Path of Exile on the other hand, now until a few days ago this game didn't really have big exposure, but since it went open beta, of course, it exploded. And here you can see Path of Exile, it had a few spikes, probably because of advertisement or sponsoring certain big players to help advertising. But yeah, Path of Exile is really skyrocketing now, and the question is this gonna last or is this gonna stop after 2 months like most of the other games? That's a question that I can't answer yet, and we just have to check it in a few months again. So yeah, if you want to use this Google Trend tool, you can find pretty interesting statistics. It's really nice to check out. I'm gonna put the link in the description, and yeah, let me know what you think about the games in general right now. Now, as I already said, I don't have the time for Path of Exile, but there are other games that I consider consider worth playing this year. Maybe something like Elder Scrolls Online is probably the biggest game I'm looking forward to, but also maybe Marvel Heroes, just to see how other games are doing and how they are. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll be back.